Hey, what's up? So, in today's video, it's kind of a different one than what I've been making. I've been taking clips from my streams, and I've been posting those, and they've been doing pretty well. But there's not really much to stream right now. I kind of got all the content done. I'm kind of waiting for next week. But anyways, today's video, I kind of wanted to go over my rank 5 option for each class. And then some honorable mentions in between. Of course, I already have Hulkling R5, but I still will go over the Cosmic class. It'll kind of be a warm-up because there's a lot of great Cosmics in the game. I could have 10 Cosmic rank 5s before I have three skill rank 5s. But yeah, that's kind of the precedence of this video. I just kind of wanted to go over my options and maybe some meta champs that I won't be ranking up and why and whatnot, just to kind of give you guys an idea. And if you guys rank up the same champs, you're not alone. So we'll go ahead and get into it. We'll start with Science. So the Science class is kind of weird. This is actually my least wanted class out of the rank 5 gym. Science class is amazing, but I feel like a lot of these champions don't need that extra buff and damage and health, which is kind of crazy to say because every champion loves that, but they're just so good where they're at that I would not be upset not pulling a Science. That being said, if I did pull a Science, I wouldn't be mad. It's one of my least most wanted classes out of all of them. That being said, I have a couple of honorable mentions. Scorpion, he's a really great champion. I could see myself rank 5ing in the future, but as my first Science R5, I don't think I will be R5ing Scorpion. He's just really good at R4 and does everything I need right now, so there's no point R5ing him. Another one is Photon. Kind of the same story. She does everything I need at R4 right now, and she does it well. So, in my opinion, there's no point to R5 her. In the future, she definitely will get R5 because she's a great prestige champ, she's a great defender, and she's a really, really great attacker. Not very many people give her credit on attack. But, that being said, I'm kind of leaning in the route of Count Nefaria. So, Count Nefaria is not the biggest nuke in the game. He doesn't have the craziest damage unless you have certain matchups or you play really well. The thing Count Nefaria has is a buttload of utility. 80 regen, 80 power gain, he completely shuts that off and just nukes that fight. Almost any Mystic he's great for. And if you can parry the specials and punish, he's an amazing champion. That alone makes him a rank 5 candidate. And I haven't even mentioned his immunities. He has really great immunities. So he's immune to Power Steal and Bleed. That's 2 great immunities already. And then he basically has immunity to Shock and Incinerate. But the great thing about these are he's not 100% immune. So he's going to get willpower healing. So in my opinion, being 90% Shock and Incinerate immune is better than being 100% immune to an effect. Because you get willpower healing off of this. That being said, it's kind of the obvious option for me. I would probably pull the trigger on a Count Nefaria rank 5. Plus, he could really use that extra damage. I feel like him being a class above everybody else would help him more than a couple other champs like Scorpion. He's already a really good nuke. Same with Photon. She's already great. But yeah, Count Nefaria is definitely the highest one on my list. He's been one of my favorite Science champs since he's been added. He looks sick. I absolutely love his look. I love his special animations. I love his playstyle. Count Nefaria for sure will be my first Science R5, assuming I pull that gym. Or if I don't pull an Ascension, that makes me change my mind. But right now, as my roster stands, Count Nefaria will be my first R5. Moving on to skill. This is where it gets difficult. I really want a skill gym. I really like 2 skill gyms. I want one of every class before I get dupes, but I want skill to be my first dupe because there's many champs here that I can R5. This whole top row, I would R5 in a heartbeat. Minus Yelena. Yelena is the only one I wouldn't R5 just because I don't really ever use her. She's usually getting banned in BGs a lot, and I don't use her on attack ever. And in AW, I don't have her on defense, so I don't really use her that much. She's kind of just a prestige champ, but everybody else up here, including Hitmonkey, would get R5'd in a heartbeat. And that's kind of wicked to say because a lot of people hate on Star-Lord. I personally love him. I would R5 him. He's probably on the bottom of the list here, but I would love to R5 him. His damage is insane. So, obviously, my 2 honorable mentions here would probably be Nick Fury. I mean, not probably. He's an honorable mention, and I could see myself making him my first R5. Kind of the same thing as Yelena. I don't use him that much anymore. I do use him on defense a lot, and he comes into every single quest that he's allowed to, basically, for me. So it's just a good power level to have there. Plus, he's a really great defender. And then the other one is my boy Hitmonkey. Hitmonkey's already locked in that R4. I'm just waiting till I get the gym because I want to save my catalyst for another champ. But he's already locked in at the R4 level. And he's ascended. If I can't ascend this other champ that I'm going to talk about, he could move up to the top spot. But in my mind, I don't see me ranking him up to R5 over this other champ. But Hitmonkey's an insane champ. His damage is nuts. And he has pretty solid utility. It kind of goes on the back burner just because his damage is so good and it's so easy to access. So nobody really talks about his utility. But Hitmonkey's a very, very solid champ, and he can be a really sneaky defender if you're not careful about who you play against him. That being said, Hitmonkey's great, and he's ascendable, so that makes him a great pick in my opinion. But obviously, I've been talking about it for weeks. Baron Zemo will be my next R5, assuming I get the gym. If I had Catalyst, I would rank him up next. He is number 1 in line right now. I love Zemo. I have never been a Zemo Glazer ever in my life. I've never had Zemo. I've told the story. I've never had Zemo at the highest power level when that power level was meta. So I pulled him very late as a 6-star, like very late. I had a consistent deck of rank 3 7-stars, I believe, when I got him as a 6-star. But I still went ahead and ranked him up as a 6-star because at that point I was still using my Doctor Doom and my Kate Bishops, and I started using Zemo, and I really liked him. And then I pulled him as a 7-star. I didn't really rank him up, and just randomly one day I went ahead and took him up to rank 2. And I did some war fights with him, and I loved it. So I took him up to rank 3. And then a lot of this content was coming out in the game, and he was really, really useful for it. He was insane for the Ordeal run. There was a lot of content last month, like the Alliance War Showcase. He did amazing, and the Alliance War like side quest where you had to fight like 8 million health pools or whatever, how big they were. He was insane for that. He's just a really, really great champion. On top of that, he can be ascended. So yes, Baron Zemo, obviously, he's my most wanted rank 5. I absolutely adore this champ now. And it's kind of crazy to say. I've never been a Zemo fan, but now I absolutely love him. Just like Karate Mike, Zemo's my guy. But yeah, that's kind of my skill options. It's kind of how I'm thinking. And of course, same thing with Science. If I pull an Ascension on somebody, maybe some stuff changes, but as my roster sits, that's what I want to rank up. Alright, now to Mutant. This one's clear-cut. Onslaught, Mr. Sinister are my honorable mentions, but we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be my girl, Jean Grey. Jean Grey is my favorite champ in the game, excluding a couples that are 6-star locked, but she's my favorite 7-star in the game. I absolutely love Jean Grey. She's one of my favorite mutants, like in all of like Marvel. I absolutely adore her. In this game, she is amazing. Her utility is amazing. I know I say it a lot, but she has really great utility. Her damage is absolutely absurd. One of the highest DPSs in the mutant class, it feels like. Yeah, I can't see a world where I don't have her as my first R5. Even if I do pull an Ascension 2 on Toad, because Toad was up there on my list because I almost have him Ascension 2. I only need to pull him once. But even if I do pull an Ascension 2 on somebody else and I get all the gems for him or whatever, Jean Grey is going up as my first Mutant R5. She is right behind Zemo in the list. So Hulkling is number 1, obviously, because I already have him up. And then it's Zemo, and then it's Jean Grey. And then it kind of just levels out, and they're all kind of on equal playing fields. But Jean Grey is amazing. Also, I know I don't have her at SIG 200. I really should take her to SIG 200, but I know as soon as I do it, I'm going to start pulling her from crystals. And her SIG, it's really nice, but I don't really find that affecting my matchups very often. So if I pull her to rank 5, yes, she'll go to SIG 200, but that's why. I can easily take her to SIG 200, but I just haven't. So that was the easiest class. Cosmic. So, Cosmic's a little weird because I already took Hulkling up, so it'll probably be my last class or it'll be. I won't have another rank 5 for a while, assuming I don't pull the gym. Now, that's in a perfect world. My luck, I'm going to pull 2 Cosmic Gyms, which I won't be that upset about because Cosmic class is great. Number 1 on my list is actually Dark Phoenix. If I had to rank up anybody in this list, it'd be Dark Phoenix. I use her on attack all the time. I know she's a defender. Even though there's a lot of mystics in the game that counter her now, she's an insane attacker. There's so many times where I'll be on stream and I'll use a Dark Phoenix fight and I'll just kind of meme it. I'll just spam SP1s or I'll get hit in the corner and just start regenerating all my health. She's nuts. No shadow of a doubt she's going to R5, and she could possibly be ascended with the Heart of Fire. I have heard that she might be ascendable in the Heart of Fire event coming up. People might be speculating, or people are speculating that might be the case. That'd be sick. It'll probably cost an arm and a leg, but yes, Dark Phoenix is my number 1. And then my number 2, they're tied. It's either Deathless Thanos or Heimdall. Heimdall is nuts. I don't care what anybody says. Heimdall is nuts. I don't think they expected him to be this strong, but when they released him, the gameplay they were showing did not make him look as good as he is. And the fact that he's a ramp-up champ, but he can work even just right out the box with no Furies, he still does amazing damage, makes him nuts. And he's a really good defender, assuming you don't have a Mystic. And then Deathless Thanos, of course, one of the best Cosmics in the game. You can't go wrong with a Deathless Thanos. Yeah. Those are my Cosmics. Kind of boring options, I know, but as much as I want to rank 5 Venom the Duck, I'm not going to. But yeah, those are my Cosmics. If I keep pulling Adam Warlock, maybe he goes up on the list. I just pulled his Ascension the other day. That was an insane video. Go check it out. But those are kind of my Cosmic options. Now, Tech. Tech is kind of down there with Science. I don't really want to pull Tech, but I would rather pull Tech than Science because I have a clear option in the Tech class that I would love to have over any Science option. There's a couple honorable mentions that I would love to rank 5. Number 1 is Jack. I love Jack. I know he's not a defender, and he kind of lacks some utility, but he has really great damage, and I love his character model. One of my favorites in the game, and his animations, just, that's sick. All that fire, it's just sick. So, I could rank 5 Jack and be perfectly happy. And then the next R5 option that I would have is Ant-Man. Ant-Man, one of the best techs in the game, period. I feel like he kind of got released as a 7-star a little late. I feel like he would have been insane as an earlier 7-star because he is nuts. That's just me. I've always loved Ant-Man. But yeah, Ant-Man, rank 5. But of course, it's Stark Spidey. Stark Spidey is absolutely absurd. As soon as I pulled him from the Banquet event when we got that free thing, or the free selector, I took him up to rank 4, even unawakened. And then this last Karina Challenges, or the one before, I awakened him with that to save a gym. And I took him to Sig 200 instantly. Stark Spidey would be my first R5. Part of me's legacy now, because Stark Spidey is the GOAT. He's so absurd. 40k crits on mediums after dexing 10 times is absurd. And all you gotta do is just dex a couple more times, and you're back to that ramp. And you stay there the whole fight. It's nuts. It's insane. He will be my first R5. As a tech, of course. And then the final class is Mystic. So, Mystic, there is a couple clear options, and besides that, I don't want to R5 anybody. That being said, Longshot is somebody that I kind of regret taking up to rank 4. I don't think I'd ever R5 him. I've never used him. My first honorable mention is Kushala. Kushala is nuts. She has done so much for me lately, and I can see myself taking her up to R5. There's a couple champs that are ahead of her in my list, but I want to give her a shout out because she's nuts. Also, if I pull Doctor Strange, he's probably ahead of Kushala, but I haven't pulled her yet, and I have to rank him up all the way. So, yeah, I don't have him yet, so he probably won't be R5. And the next honorable mention is Nico Minoru. So, Nico is nuts. She's another one of those champs that I don't think they play tested. I think they just kind of launched her in the game and like, hey, nobody will figure out how to play her. And now everybody knows how to play her, and she's insane on defense. She does not need to be that good on defense because she's nuts on attack. She shuts off any Cosmic, and she might have the most like crazy big numbers, but her damage is so easy to access and it's so easy to keep up. Plus, she's just nuts on defense. Plus, she has really great immunities. Plus, she can heal a lot. She's just nuts. And I'm pretty sure she's pretty high in prestige. So, yeah, Nico's up there. So, now, this is my first and only tie, I would say. I have a two-way tie between Paviter and Absorbing Man. I can't make up my mind who I would rank 5 between these two. The only reason they're tied is because Spider-Man can be ascended. But I don't know how easy it is going to be to get his Ascension materials moving on in the future. And if he's just going to stay at R or Ascension 1 forever, I think I want to rank up Absorbing Man above him. But we'll see. That's if I pull this gym. I will have to do a lot of thinking on it. But Paviter's amazing. He's ascendable. He has all the might and all that. But Absorbing Man is just that guy. He is one of the best mystics in the game. Behind Doom, I think he is the second best mystic in the game. So it's a lot to think on. But yeah, if I had to rank all my possible rank 5 options, it would go Zemo at number 1. Then we'd have Jean Grey at number 2. And then we'd come down here to probably Starkey. Because I really want to rank 5 him, but nobody else in the tech class. So that's why it was kind of like a lower gym. And then it would probably go one of these two, and then Nefaria. But Starkey and a Mystic are really, really close. Those two are really close. I think Science is just my least wanted. But yeah, that's into this video. We get 2 gyms next week, and then the Coliseum's going to give me another rank 5. So I'll have 3 rank 5s in the next coming months. One will be guaranteed to be a different class. Hopefully I don't pull any more Cosmics because I really want to expand my roster and make some cool videos for you. I also do plan on making a R5 Hulkling showcase, even though you guys have seen Hulkling showcases 20 times by now. I guarantee there's 1,000 different Hulkling showcases out there because he's been in the game so long and he's so great. But I want to make an R5 one. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.